would jerk off like that, but okay. Alright, cool. Alright, we're gonna bring up another comedian, guys. Put your hands together for Angela. She has a little bit of ADHD, so bear with her. She hasn't taken her Ritalin today, so we're gonna have a lot of Ritalin. And bear with her. So round of applause for Angela, everybody.
Thank you, Sam. You don't seem salty to me at all. I don't know that I've only met you for a few minutes. Here's the thing. So I always wanted to do stand-up comedy, and I grew up in a household where nobody ever shut the fuck up. So if you talk, I'm gonna feel some type of way about it, okay? I talk so fast because in my family, someone's always interrupting. So like, you gotta get everything out, get fast. You don't have any seconds. And I also don't think it's fair that you all get to sit down and I have to stand up. So I'm gonna be a sit-down comedian tonight. You guys okay with that? I got 2 kids. Yeah, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit down on you. Oh, make it more clear next time. I'm lonely. So I heard some things that Sam said about vaginas, and I just wanted to clear the room for some of the vaginas in here. And I know we're moving into this movement about vaginas and what everybody has, and my son's like, is that a boy or a girl? I'm like, listen, we're not going to get into it all, okay? Because I don't know what anybody is. It's a person. We're going with humans from now on. I don't care what they, well, why does it have long eyes? I don't know, Cash. I named my son Cash. I don't know. And I'm honest. Let's Google it. So we Google tons of shit. Like, we be Googling everything. How bees do shit. Bees are fucking awesome. You guys have Googled bees? They're fun. They do a lot of shit for this planet. We'll fuck with the bees. I honestly learned in my life lots of things. And I've also forgot lots of things. Like, I'll be in the middle of talking, just having like a great you've all watched it happen if you've been here. Mid-sentence, like, hey, so I, and then nothing. So the Adderall's not really working, Sam, okay? Big Pharma's lying to me, okay? I'm still just as fucking stupid. They're like, oh, it gives you focus, really? So I get diagnosed with ADHD. They're like, here's a big packet to go home and read. What the fuck do you mean? I have ADHD. I'm not reading this. You need to make like a 30-second video about shit for people with ADHD, and that's too long. I don't have time for that. I make videos for people, and I'm like, this is 7 seconds long. I don't have time for that. Somebody's gonna fucking cry, and someone's gonna get hurt because I got 2 kids. Like, I literally have about. Actually, you know what, Doug, you owe me money for my babysitter tonight.
I owe you money?
Doug likes to take claim and stake of my kids.
Your kids here at the bar for. I bet you.
They're your only friends. Don't lie. Who else chills with you besides my kids? Honestly. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm serious. I just don't pretend like they're not your only friends.
I'm Uncle Doug.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you're gonna be Uncle Doug, then you need to pay my babysitter, Uncle Doug. Okay? He tries to be like, I'm a second dad. I'm like, where's the child support then, motherfucker? Because he's not paying anything to me. I'm like, I have to listen to you first. That's painful. And then I have to go and pay the babysitter $45. She makes more money than I do. I'm like, oh my God, you're 17, and I'm failing at this thing called life. Because society's not going to accept me any other way, because I'm just like a horrible human being. Absolutely horrible human being. I woke up the other day with 1 foot in a box, and 1 sock on and 1 sock off. I looked at myself and I was like, who are you? And it was like, we don't fucking care anymore. Let's just grab another fucking bottle and just, like, live life. Like, who cares if you look like you were beaten with a tube sock full of D batteries? Like, nobody, it's just the way you walk. Like, I literally commit to the bit so much. Like, I've been doing stand-up for my best friend for, like, I don't even fucking know, 17 years. And I commit so much that, like, I'll be telling, and I punch myself in the fucking face, and I'm like, I should Google record that, because if I don't, I won't know where that bruise came from. Like, I reached too far into the fridge, and I'm like, oh, that's leaving a bruise tomorrow, you touched it too far, because I'm a peach, a ripe one. And people look at me and go, where'd you get that bruise? I'm like, no fucking idea, I touched something, somebody poked me, or looked at me, I don't know, it's awful. I think it's the Adderall, you know, I don't know. I just keep taking it, and I'm just like, all right, let's just keep doing what they say. I don't know what the fuck my life's going. I just wake up every day, and I'm like, today was another choice. You made it to 5 p.m. It's like, suicide's not an option, because we made it half the day. So tomorrow I'll wake up and, choose to breathe or not. I'm like, I'm gonna breathe today, slowly. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna commit to it. I'm gonna just be like, okay, I get that the world's fucked up. You got problems? Does anybody here have problems? Raise your hand. Nope, don't. I know you all do. You're here. It's Wednesday. You're all in a fucking vape bar and you're drinking. You got fucking problems. Don't fucking act like you don't. You got anxiety? Raise your hand. No, don't bother to do that either. We all fucking know you. Anxiety is fucking ridiculous. You know what anxiety is? Me talking to myself. Okay. Here's how it goes. You woke up this morning. I'm like, okay. What are you doing with yourself? Look at you. You're going to go to Gypsy again. You're going to walk over there. Tina and Ronnie are going to be there again. They're like, look at you. What are you doing with your kids? I'm going to Dunkin'. I'm sorry they stop here first. They like it. What kind of mother are you, Angela? It's like, where do you go on your days? I go to a vape bar with my kids. They're like, hey, gosh. When he walks in, he's like, what's up? And I'm like, if you're going to stand on the stage and do jokes, because somebody let him do jokes, I was like, you're not funny. And they're like, you're a mean mom. I'm like, I'm sorry. He sets the precedent for me. Like, he's not going to go out there and be like, it's a milk bone and you're going to laugh when that's not funny. Wait till next week when he gets up here. He said to me the other day, hey, Mom, can I use the hot glue gun? I said, no, don't fuck with that thing. That thing's hot. He goes, okay. Touches the fucking hot glue gun. He goes, I'm by myself. And he's crying. And I'm like, oh, I told you not to touch it, but you did, didn't you? And he goes, yeah. And I said, okay, natural consequences. Fuck off. And then later on in the day, he says something to me. I said, stop doing that on the chair, you're going to fall off. Oh, sometimes I'm British, by the way, because that's how I keep myself sane, because I don't get as mad. I'm like, how can you not get mad anymore? Be British! Because I'm like, British people don't get as angry. You know, you're like, okay, it's British, I'm not going to swear at you. You bet yourself. You should have listened, you didn't. Okay. And then Isla comes out to me, one of the doctor, and she's 3, and Cash is 5. And she goes, Cash, call me stupid. I'm like, okay. What the fuck you want me? Okay, so I gotta put my mom face on. I'm like, okay, what's up, sweetie? Called you stupid? Yeah, Cash, call me stupid. Are you stupid? She goes, no. I said, are you purple? She goes, no. I said, okay, walk it the fuck off. Like, why do you care what other people think about you? Cash doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just projecting because he's angry at me because I took his iPhone away because he called me a bitch. And he was right. He was right. But I was like, oh, fuck you. You're not taking it. You're fucking standing here and telling me I don't. He goes, I hate you. You're a bitch. I was like, I hate myself most days too. So that's okay. I'm okay with the fact that I don't even like myself most moments. I'm like, who are you? I'm like, I don't know. Who are you talking to? And everybody has conversations with me all the time, like at Gypsy, like when I sit beside you, which I'll sit, like Kazim, and I'll sit beside you and I'll talk to you, and none of you know that I'm thinking while you're talking. Like, most men drink their beers, and there's frost on their fucking beard, and I'm just like singing, Frosty the Snowman, and you're still talking, and I'm not even paying attention because I'm fucking ADHD. And that's why I stop you and I go, hey, I'm singing Frosty the Snowman because you gotta get that shit off your beard. And they're like, you're a little bit too open. And I was like, you should tell my vagina that.
There we go with the vagina.
No, I'm serious. The vaginas are great. I'm glad I have one. I would never want to have a dick. Apparently there's problems with having one. I didn't know what the whole getting it looked at and stuff. I don't have that issue. I just go to my gynecologist and lay there and I'm like, why are there no stars up here? Like the ceilings, like even here, there's still a spout to look at. Like the gynecologist's office is just a bare, empty fucking ceiling of nothingness. You're like, are you gonna buy me a drink after this? Like, what are you doing? I've known you for 4 years. And why are men gynecologists, first of all? Shouldn't that be illegal? Come on now, come on. I mean, you can't fucking stand here and tell me, well, I can fucking stand here and tell you that there's no way he's not looking at my vagina and being like, oh, it looks like this. Like an open mouth dentist. Like, I asked the dentist, I'm like, how do you look at me? Like, do you judge my teeth? He's like, what? I'm like, do you judge me, like, by my mouth? Like, are you looking at me like, oh, she flosses irregularly. Apparently I've been flossing wrong for years, and like, she was like, you need to go up into, like, in there, like, they're gonna bleed. She's like, well, then you have gingivitis. I'm like, oh, okay. Thanks for that. You brought the fucking good news bear. I'm so I can clean my teeth. Shut the fuck up. Let me get the fuck out of here. You should fucking tell me I have gingivitis. I go to the eye doctor, and she's like, hey, I gotta dilate your eyes. I was like, no, you're not fucking doing that. Have you guys ever had your eyes dilated? Have you? Have you ever had your eyes dilated? Has anybody ever had their eyes dilated? You have? You have? It's like an acid trip. I will never, I looked her straight in the face. I was like, you're not fucking dilating my eyes. No. She was, I have to the next time you come in. I said, why? Why? I need to see behind your eye. Why? Well, for what? I need to see if there's anything wrong. Why the fuck would you want to tell me there was something wrong? I don't want to fucking know if something's wrong. It's like you're telling me, hey, so now you have something wrong. So now I gotta go home and think about that, and then I'm gonna manifest that, and I'm gonna be sicker than. I don't want to know if I'm sick. Leave me alone. And I was like, okay. So my mom told me that she is getting cataracts. She's like, oh yeah, you're gonna get cataracts. I was like, I'm sorry, what? She's, you're gonna get cataracts. I was like, no, like no matter what I do in life. She was like, yeah, no matter what you do. I was like, okay, so now in my life I have to look forward to commercials that pop up on TV. They go, when you get older, you're gonna have dry vagina. And I'm like, what the fuck? The future looks fucking bleak. I got fucking cataracts and a dry vagina. I'm like, where am I going? What's the fucking purpose for anything? Any more wrinkles? I was like, one of those fucking Mr. Bigglesworth. That's my life, with a dry vagina, cataracts, and fucking 2 kids. They'll probably still live with me because I philosophically taught my kid, like, those things aren't yours, aren't attached to that, don't touch that, it doesn't belong to you, you know who I am, you know, I'm like, oh, that's not your chair, it's a chair for you to experience while you're here, it's not your skin, it's just your it's just the soul, and human body, blah, blah, blah. Okay, don't teach your 5-year-old that. You know what he said to me the other day? He took my pen, and rolled my favorite pen, and he pushed it too hard and broke it, and I said, you broke my favorite pen. You know what he looked at me and said? It's not your pen. It's just a pen that's here for you to experience. I was like, you motherfucker. He was right. Because I taught it to him. I'm Angela. I hope you guys had a good night. Thank you all. This is my 3rd time ever doing stand-up. You sat with me alone. You know what I'm capable of.
Angela. Woo!
Keep it going for Angela and her dry vagina. She needs moisture. She needs to go to, what was that thing called? Is it Bed Bath & Beyond? No, it's Bed Bath & Body Works over there.